going to draw some chickens. Now, a couple of you may have seen this before. This is, as you know, this is one of my favorites to do as a kind of a jump start. When we use this cartoon, it can go a lot of different ways, just like everything else. And I'll show you what I mean. So first of all, I'm going to draw a chicken over here. Again, when I'm doing these videos, I'm drawing them very, very simply. You can certainly elaborate on these things. You can draw them with more detail than I draw them. I'm doing them quick because I only have a very short amount of time. But I want to show you some cool stuff. So some of you have heard me refer to these as the bowling pin chickens. So here we go. So this guy is standing here. And of course, you got to stop where the beak's going to go. And I'll put some wings on him. Now, when we're animating or drawing cartoons, we can certainly add things. Like I could add hands to him instead of his little wing there. But just going to keep it simple. We'll do a wing. Now, he's going to be saying something in the cartoon. Again, I almost always have two characters so that they can carry on a conversation, or at least one person can say something about what's happening in the cartoon. So now over here, we have another chicken. And he is in this pot. Now I'm adding some perspective to this pot, and by that I mean I have an oval here, and at the bottom, when I was in art school, they used to say, no pointed ellipses. That means they would not have a point here or here. It's nice and rounded. So he's in this pot. Now, I'm going to have some heat lines because it's on the stove. Now I'm going to put a horizon in here. If you watched any of my other videos, you'll know what a horizon is, but it's just kind of just ground them to set them in place. Now, because he's on a stove, I'm going to put a little bit of an indication that he's on a stove. Again, we're kind of giving the impression here. I don't have to put a lot of detail in to show that he's sitting on a stove. I think people may get the idea. We can certainly add more details to that as we get further along. Now, this chicken, in your cartoon, remember, you're going to change this. You're going to put your own words into this. Your cartoon could have both of them talking. We could have, because we've talked about this before, if we have, and then I'm going to illustrate it here. We could have that. Of course, what does that mean? That means this chicken is no longer with us. So this guy is saying he's going to be talking to him. Now, a lot of kids, and I'm not going to give it away here, a lot of kids come up with some really cool ideas of what exactly they think about this whole pot, what's going on with it. I'm going to have, and I'm going to name my chicken. I'm going to try to be a little bit clever here. This guy is saying, hey, this is the chicken's name. Hey, Stu. How's the hot tub? Question mark. Again, notice I did the words first. Now I'm going to put the word balloon around it. Thusly. Then, and unlike some of my other cartoons, a lot of times I have to draw them several times over and over again. This one I got it kind of right where I filled up my page nicely. A lot of times I end up with a lot of blank space and I got to redo it or whatever. This one came out pretty good. I filled up the space. I could add some stuff in the background if I wanted to, but for this sake of this, I'm not going to. He's thinking it's a hot tub. This chicken is, like I said, he's dead. But your guy could be alive. He could be saying something. He could be saying something like, "Hey, the water's great. Why don't you come on in?" Luring his friend in. There's a lot of different ways to go. So certainly have fun with this cartoon. There's a zillion different ways to do it, and you can experiment with your bowling pin chickens. See you next time.